Building rapport. So to be able to move another person from where they are today to where they intend to be in the future, we need to influence them. And that begins with rapport. Rapport is spelled R-A-P-P-O-R-T. The T is usually silent. And I don't know for sure, but I think it's a British term because the guy that does this training is Australian actually. So he uses the word rapport. If I was doing this, I would substitute the word rapport for connecting or connectiveness, because that's kind of the terms that we use. But for this training, I'm going to use the word rapport. But rapport really means to connect with somebody, to find common ground, that type of thing. So rapport is just really making a connection with someone, and it's finding common ground. It's like the 1% principle. John Maxwell says, find the 1% that you have in common and then spend your time there. That's one way you can learn to get along with people well. And so having rapport is really important if you're going to be in a coaching relationship with them. All right, number 2. Rapport is a state between two people conducive to a trusting and open exchange between them. Trusting and open exchange between them. And so that trust is really important, and that trust is not going to come without rapport. So, all right, think of rapport as a bridge between two people, the conduit that connects. Here's an important distinction too. Rapport is not friendship. So having a rapport with somebody is not friendship. I see that all the time though in our industry, where maybe a general manager feels like in order to connect to people they need to become their friend. And that's not what rapport is. Rapport is different. Rapport is keeping a healthy relationship that's open and honest, apart from friendship. Okay, friendship is just not that. In fact, I'd go so far to say that a really good friend is not going to be a good coach to you, because a really good friend is going to have your feelings at the forefront of what they believe is important. A coach isn't necessarily going to worry about your freedom. They're going to worry about your success and whether you're going to get, whether you're going to be able to succeed, because they're just doing their job. Friends want to make people feel good. So friends are the ones that are going to enable people. Oh, you know what? You should just dump him. You're too good for him anyway. That kind of thing. And so it's not always good advice from friends. So it's important to keep that in check. Rapport happens on a one-to-one basis, a one-to-many basis, or a many-to-many basis. So rapport can happen just within a couple different people that you're just the relationship between two people, or it can be within a company, having good rapport within your company. If you have a management team that connects well with each other, and you're in that interdependent place where you're working together as one, you can have good rapport amongst many people. And so that's important to really try to work towards. And sometimes your coaching might be directed towards getting people to be interdependent with other people. Sometimes that's one of the biggest challenges, to move somebody from an independent state to an interdependent state. And so it's important to understand that rapport happens on many different levels. So we live in a world that is increasingly demanding collaboration between individuals, companies, nations, and even continents. So we live in a world that increasingly demanding collaboration. So when we're not good at collaboration, we tend to isolate ourselves. So collaboration is when we need to rely on each other to help us with a certain part of the solution, or a certain piece of the puzzle, and we have to work together in order to do that. And sometimes that is a hard thing to coach people to do, especially if they are in that independent stage and they're not really at the place where they're going to look at other people's needs as valuable as their own individual needs. And so, but that's collaboration is a form of rapport. See, getting other people's assistance and support is extremely difficult without having established rapport with them. So getting other people's assistance and support is extremely difficult without having to establish rapport with them. Rapport is the oil that makes the machine run smoothly. It keeps the parts healthy. The truth is no one can do this by themselves. Everyone needs help. We all need assistance. We live in a world now where nobody really does anything from start to finish anymore. When you think about anything you purchase from most stores, that thing is touched many, many hands on the way to getting to the shelf. And so, and that's because no one can do everything by themselves. They rely on each other. And so in our business, in the pizza business, it's really important that that getting other people's assistance and support is the key to everything. And if we don't have any type of rapport with people, they're not going to want to assist us, and they're not going to provide the support that we need. But when we have rapport with somebody and we have that connection, people are more than likely gonna be on your side, and they're gonna look out for your interests because you have that rapport. It's hard to really get somebody that doesn't respect you or maybe even like you to really assist you with anything or support you in whatever you're trying to accomplish. It just doesn't happen. You really have to have that rapport to make that work. People buy from people they're in rapport with. So people buy from people that they're in rapport with. Think of all of our regular customers that we have that come into our business, and that a large part of the reasons why they come into our stores is because they have a rapport with us. I know all of you on this call would have examples of people that come into the store. They walk through the door and you say them by their first name. Like with Cheers, when Norm would walk in the door and everybody says, "Norm!" It's the same thing. It's a rapport. It's a family type feeling. It's they come in because they know you and they trust you. They get a consistent pizza every time they come in. And if they don't get a consistent pizza, or if they don't get a good pizza one particular time, they know you and they know you'll take care of it. That's because of your rapport. So people go out of their way to go to somebody or a company that they can connect with. So if our customers come in and they don't connect with our employees, if they don't connect with us and have that kind of rapport, they're going to go somewhere else where they do have that rapport. They're going to go somewhere else where the employees will look at them and make eye contact with them, and they'll smile and call them by name, and maybe even know exactly what they want on their pizza. That's rapport. And I know we have lots of examples of that, how we have tons of rapport in our company with that. And you guys do a really good job of that. But this is important, that we need to have that kind of rapport with people that we're coaching as well, and vice versa. So that's really important. We can't be at odds with the person we're coaching and expect to get anything done. So let's see. In life, rapport tends to develop unconsciously between people. That is, they're unaware of getting into rapport with another person. See, it isn't normally a conscious, deliberate act. So I'll repeat that so you can get your blanks in there. But in life, rapport tends to develop unconsciously between people. That is, they're unaware of getting into rapport with another person. It isn't normally a conscious, deliberate act. So we don't usually decide who we're going to trust, and those people present themselves to us in a way that we respond positively to. We just, sometimes in our minds, the way we tend to think is there are some people we like and there's some people we don't like. There's some people we connect with and some people we don't connect with. And in our minds, it has everything to do with how they present themselves to us. If somebody's going to be nice to me, I'm going to like him. If somebody's not going to be nice to me, I'm not going to like them. And so these connections that we have, this rapport that we have between us and other people, usually happens unconsciously, and it's not usually, deliberate. However, we do have a say-so on that. Being on the other side of the coin, we can deliberately position ourselves in a way that we can have more of a positive influence and rapport with people than we do negative. In other words, we can choose to be one of those people that they like instantly by acting in a way that we know that they would like, as opposed to just the way we want to act. See, if you're nice to people all the time and you connect with people and you have the skills to be able to gain rapport with them, that's just going to happen with them. It's just automatically going to happen. It's not some choice where they're going to sit back and say, now should I trust the person that's nice to me or should I trust the person that's mean to me? No, they're going to do it automatically. They're going to trust who they trust and they're going to not trust who they don't trust. But it's up to us to just be the kind of person that they'll trust. Be the kind of person that they have rapport with. And so that's what that means. Hopefully that's clear.